Now, this might come as a surprise to some of you people. It shouldn't, but it might come as a surprise to some people that this is here. This video has nothing to do with the choice of the summer banner. It has nothing to do with that. What this banner is saying to us is a bigger thing. There's so much that we have to talk and discuss about that has to do with this banner, but it's not the banner. Like, it's like something magical is happening. It's not magical. Sit back, relax. We're gonna put our thinking caps on. We're about to get into it because this is a big tell, okay? And I wanna just recap everything so we all are on the same page about how this game is being developed, right? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cass, and today's video is going to be legitimately 100% MFO. A lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this video is going to be mostly my speculation. It's going to be mostly about what I think that this means. So the choice fake core of this, let's back out. Like I said, I don't even care. Yes, go for Iris. Okay. Magical. How did we come up with such a conclusion? But that's not really what's important here that we need to talk about. We already know most people, if you don't have Iris, you need to go for Iris. She's one of the, not need to, but you should probably go for Iris. Valentina only if you have Shifrakin, but with the way that the game is currently, you could definitely go for Valentina and get Shifrakin either through the Exos pass here by spending the 27 hundo, or maybe waiting for some type of event, or as you guys saw as I'm doing the scout system, if you have a Valentina dupe, which I actually do have a Valentina dupe right now, you can slowly work towards that, and then you have the Valentina, and she's not that bad. She does do a decent amount of DPS. What I really want to talk about is the patterns that they've been doing. So I think so far we had, no, they haven't done Awakening yet, right? I think this is the only one that they haven't done, right? Because I would have hopped onto this. They haven't done Awakening yet, so, which means that they're going to. That's the first thing that I want to say, is that eventually they're going to do this, right? And you're gonna have the chance for 2 generals, which is nuts. Not saying that it's happening anytime soon, but it's going to happen. Baraka this one, and then now the new Zayakan. Oh, sorry. They did Forgotten Memory, they did Reverse War, they did Banga, they did the first Guardians, right? I'm pretty sure they did. Yes, they did. That's what I got rare, right? Now they're doing Summer Festa, and then eventually they're gonna do Synergy, right? I don't know if they're gonna add another layer of Synergy, like the way that they just added a Banga to make 7. I think it was, right? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. So they made 7 here. So if that was to be the case, there's a somewhat of an argument that there's a possibility that, I wouldn't even say anytime soon, honestly. Maybe after they drop those other 2 new characters, which would be Schmidman Yankenman Jensen, I'm sorry. And they drop her, right? So they just showed those in the Coliseum. They have not taken them out, right? So that was clearly either done on purpose or done accidentally, and they're like, well, you know, it's good press, whatever. So we know that those characters are coming in the game as well, right? And this one should at least get 4 more, right? And they already showed Iden, right? So that's at least 3 more, right? And who knows what they're gonna do with that. They could do, this is the girl group, and then they can do a whole boy band group, you know, because K-pop has that. K-pop has boy bands, I think, still. I don't know, I don't listen to that shit. This is big telling because Iris, the fact that they're doing a summer thing, another thing that I wanted to kind of point out, right? So Iris just got on a string, right? You can go here. I could actually close this out. This is like, what would I go for? There's really nothing for me to go for except maybe here. This would actually be pretty spicy. Get Rachel, which I don't have. Get Zio, who I don't have, and get a dupe of this, which would I guess be nice. But the string, as I've mentioned before, is dead. There's no reason to go on the strings. Why? Because even they eventually did this one, right? Even though these were up, and then they just did the one which is cheaper, right? It's going for it through the fake core is 100% cheaper to do, to get the specific one you want. Yes, here it's like, oh, I can get Rara, Maggie, and Ramji if I spend 50 summons, which you don't want to. So as we can see here, Iris is on this banner. And then, as you see, in 6 hours, Valentina is going to be on this one. But why the fuck would you do that when you could just go to the choice which we already know is 28 summons, and then you're out? The string, as I've been saying every time, and I'm just saying this as a reminder to other people that don't understand what's going on, is that this shit is dead. There's no purpose of doing this, because if the game lasts through another year or something like that, or the longer the game lasts, they're going to recycle these banners. It's just, it makes sense to do so, because they're going to be newer players if the game is lasting long enough. They're going to be new players. There's really no reason to go into this unless you really, and it's my stance has not changed on this, is that unless you really really need these characters. There are people that had to go to the straight of the pity to get this FC Bathory, right? And then all of a sudden right now you could have got it for 28. That's heartbreaking, especially on this one, because no one gives a fuck about Emma and no one gives a fuck about Rita Marie, especially when they were summoning on it way before. Obviously this is before she got her little update, and then they nerfed it, so now she's not even that crazy of a thing to have. So with that being said, please guys, just leave the string alone. Summon for good characters when they come up. People always ask me, should I summon on this banner, on the re-banner? Or what if something new comes out? You always summon for good. If it's something good and you think it's good for your account, you summon for it. Whether, you know, and when I mean good, I don't mean good in the meta. It could just be good, you like the design, whatever. You get it when it's available to you for the least amount of resistance, I should say. So as you can see here, I have 3K, so I don't really have enough to pity. I need a lot more to pity a black or a gold, obviously. But I'm just trying to warn people that it's clear, a clear pattern is here, and patterns are important when it comes down to especially a gacha game where you need to know what's going on. You need to know how to save your resources if we're trying to be all like fancy dancy, right? So we know that the awakening is gonna come, right? So let's say if I don't want the new characters, Schmid and Sagazao, and those two characters, let's say I don't want them because they are faded. So what my fear is that since they are faded characters, they're gonna kind of come into the game in the same way and fashion how Dorka, Naomi, and Kyla came in, which they're faded characters. They're not FCs. This game has shown so far, and like I said before, it's going to be a big tell into how the game is being developed, how they release characters. They do not do banners for faded characters. The only way that they do that so far, as you guys have been paying attention, is the Nation Recruit. So these two characters are not going to be on banners unless they are somehow considered to be faded fake core characters, which would make no sense. They might get a fake core later. I could see maybe them dropping all those characters and then making them into Synergy or something of that nature. Then all of a sudden the Synergy banner is finished out with new fake core of all those other ones, because honestly Synergy right now is not that great because they need a tank. They need like a supportive unit. As you notice, I think most of the fake cores, another trend, right, is that every single fake core group has like a tank or support or something like that. Meanwhile, Synergy has nothing but DPS characters, which is weird. With that being said, you guys, we're just like I said, I'm just trying to point out trends to you guys because that's really important, because how the game is going to go. And no matter what direction the game's gonna go, for the love of God, fix this shit. Fix this fucking monstrosity of a game. I'm about to do a video on this thing and it will not be nice. I think the first video was the nicest I can ever be about it, and after that it is nice. I'm just gonna say in this video, before I do anything, guys, get up to very hard, stage 8, farm that, and do not do anything more. There's no purpose of doing anything more than that. And then start saving your ZEUZ, sorry, not your ZEUZ, start saving your Levi stones for something way more important, because it is not worth it. The Quantum Raid Pass is trash, and this up here is just distraction. It really is. You don't need it. Get this one thing. I'm gonna get my fake core ticket, and then after that we're going to be smooth sailing. I'll never have to worry about any of this nonsense anymore. This was done very poorly, but as far as characters go, though, we're in a good spot for the characters. So let me know what you guys think about, you know, what, like, my assumptions, my theories. As you guys know, I theorize when the gold fake cores are coming in and when they're leaving and things like that, but sometimes it seems like they just put the fake core up, but they only have what, 2 more? If they want to do an early Synergy one, I think that would be stupid, but they could do that. They could do an early Synergy one and then everyone would just go for Janai, or they'll just hold off. I would hope that they keep doing faded units like Xeon. Give me a character that's in the story and I have to do something for it. Why? Because now there's a reason to do chapter 13. Chapter 12 felt so shitty because there was nothing to do for it. 11 at least unlocked the other modes in the game, so it just was smarter to do it that way. So give us Schmid, and then make us do something in the game. Make us achieve infinity. Oh god, I shouldn't say this, please God, don't do it, but make us achieve a certain score in Infinity Core to do it, so it's like you could do it. Or make the Quantum Raid one of those 2 characters, and then if I get maybe if I farm enough things, I get that character, so it makes it worth it. The only reason why I'm doing the quantum rate is because of the fake core ticket, right? That's why anyone's doing it. Once we get that, we're gone. But that at least gives me enticement to do it. Like, even though it's torture to play that mode, at least I feel like I'm working towards something good. And I think that instead of just dropping the fake cores like how they did Dorka, Naomi, and Kylock, make it an event, make it something cool to do. Because when you don't do that, if I blow through the story and then I go to these other modes and they're not fleshed out, which the quantum rate is not, it needs a lot of work. Infinity Core is not, it needs a lot of work. It feels like shit, and like most people have already said, pretty much you're working hard, investing your ZEUZ, getting these characters, and then their passives don't work. Like, what the, like, the main part of you getting the character doesn't work unless it's like something that like is not based on marks, which most of it is. So it's like, why did I get Bathory and then her Tranquil doesn't work in the heat of the moment? Why did I get these first Guardians and then the shields don't work in the heat of the moment? Why do I get the synergy and then it doesn't work in the heat of the moment? Like, it's just needs to be fixed. They're doing a poor job with that. It's bad design. And the more I look at these games, like gacha games, and like their inability to make good content as far as challenging content and, you know, very rewarding content, they're really bad at it. Like, across multiple games, they've just been bad at it. They don't know how to do it because they're so focused on stretching out content to not make the game die. But it sometimes I feel like it has the adverse effect. It's making the game die more or quicker because of the lack of, like, not integrity, or the lack of feeling like complete, like yeah, I'm playing a really solid game. Because that's what you want to tell people. When you tell people you're playing Exos Heroes, they're gonna be like, oh, that's a great game, or they're gonna be like, dude, why the fuck are you playing Exos? Go play Genshin, because that's all I see. And people in Genshin are like, dude, why the fuck are you playing Genshin? You should play this. This game has nothing in it. Like, what happened to, I'm playing a game, it's solid, and it's awesome. That's where I want this game to be at. That's what anyone wants their gacha game, or any game, is to be a solid game, so that when they tell people they're playing it, it's like, cool, that's dope. I like that game too. You guys know what I'm saying. I need to get out of here. I'm gonna do another Exos video later on today. I don't know what though. Actually, I do know what. It's gonna be Dorka with a shotgun. That's what that's what the title of the video is gonna be. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Dorka with a shotgun coming after this. Look forward to it, because I don't know. It makes you wonder, why does she have a bow when she can have a shotgun? That's all I need to know. Anywho, make sure that you guys check that first link in the description. Check out the merch, man. I don't got the merch on because I was in my personal training today, working out, doing it for the people. I'm trying to get more fit, more in shape, more healthy, all that good stuff. But you know, you can go get that merch, man. Go do that. Go do that. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you ain't done that yet, what are you doing, man? I don't understand it. And just remember that every day of the Casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.